Jack Brewer, the chairman of the Jack Brewer Foundation, joins us now to take a look at all of this. Jack, first of all, thank you so much for being here. I'm intrigued by your political path as it relates to President Biden, Jack, in that, if my understanding is correct, you were a supporter of President Obama, and then you became a supporter for President Trump. Was part of that because you never liked as he was then, Vice President Biden?
Not as much. I've never been a big fan of Vice President Biden, but the reason that I moved to President Trump was more because of his policies, because of the realization that he was better for America, better for my kids, better for a family like mine who quite honestly, I look at morality, I look at righteousness, and I want my kids to go to a school that they're not getting indoctrinated. And I think that's what's happening now. You've seen a decline of Joe Biden right before our eyes. Unfortunately, the man has served almost 50 years. And when you see someone that's kind of ran their course, I'm an old athlete. I played professional football. And once your career is over and you start getting to the end, it's time to step down. And I think that's what you're hearing across the board from the Democratic Party, even those that like Joe Biden and respect Joe Biden. They're asking him to step down now because he's truly ran his course.
So as great athletes have to step away from the field ultimately at some point. You think President Biden, for those who think he has been a great president, you think the time has come for him to step away from the field?
Definitely. I mean, he's not coherent. When he speaks, he mumbles. It's hard for him to put words together. And you've had members of his own cabinet in his White House say that he works from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Well, he's the president of the United States. We are closer to World War III today than we have been in several decades. And so I think the entire world, not just our nation, is feeling that heat, feeling that pressure, from the folks over in Europe and all around the world. People want to see peace. And under Joe Biden, you've had more war, expansion of war. You have hundreds of billions of dollars being spent in places like Ukraine. The Middle East is now in places like Iran have become empowered. And so people just don't feel safe and secure under this president. And then when you put on top of that the realities of going to the grocery store where you've seen food prices double and triple depending on what the product is. And you see gas prices skyrocketing. People who, want to invest in that first home or that first mortgage have seen mortgage rates triple in a lot of places. I mean, this is really impacting the middle class of America. And I think that's what you're hearing. You're hearing that call to say, this is not the America that we had just 4 years ago. People can see the difference. They can feel the difference. And no matter what your politics are, you can't change that fact.
And Jack, as a supporter of former President Trump, do you believe that his selection of Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate has strengthened his appeal across the country, or will do very little to change it?
I think it really has. I think J.D. Will really resonate with youth in America. I mean, he's a younger man, super intelligent. And if you look at his background, his path, where he came from, he was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth. I mean, he has a diverse family. He has a minority wife and beautiful minority kids. He understands what the American dream looks and feels like. I think he'll be a great vice president. And I think he brings President Trump that needed spunk, that needed youth, with someone who's already shown to have a very sound mind, has a great record so far in the Senate through his voting record. And I think, we are in a stage right now in our nation where we do need to empower our young folks and the young vote across America. And so the young people can be heard. And I think J.D. Vance will be a great voice for that.
Jack, wonderful to talk to you. Thank you for all the memories you gave us on the football field. And thank you for the work that the Jack Brewer Foundation does now. Great to talk to you, Jack.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Molly.